Hello student, this is the second part of the physiology of digestion, and here we will start the digestion in mouth. Before starting this part of digestion, I request you that please subscribe my channel. मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें ताकि आपको मैं हर एक दिन एक नया नया वीडियो रिलेटेड विद द डाइजेशन, एक्सक्रीशन, रेस्पिरेशन, जेनेटिक्स, मॉलिक्यूलर बायोलॉजी के बारे में मैं देते रहूँगा जो नीट सिलेबस में है. Kindly subscribe my channel. This is my humble request to all of the students. You stay home and study this explanation and question answers for the NEET exam coming in July. Thank you very much. So we'll start here. Digestion in stomach. You see that stomach has got pH 1.5 to 2, and here we find that there is an acidic pH in stomach. And when you look at the stomach, we see that stomach has three parts. The number one is the fundus part connected with the esophagus. Second, the middle part is called as cardiac, and lower part connected with the duodenum is called as the pyloric. So the wall of the stomach has got some gastric glands, and gastric glands are made up of special kind of cells. These cells secrete the enzymes which will help in digestion of the protein in the stomach. Okay. So we'll go to that now. The wall of the stomach secretes the gastric juice. And gastric juice is secreted by gastric glands. And the gastric glands, I told you, they have got the special kind of cells. So एक cell का नाम है oxyntic cell और इसको बोलते हैं, it's also known as the parietal cell. And it secretes the hydrochloric acid and intrinsic factor. Okay, दूसरा है peptic cell भी होता है, उसे chip cell बोलते हैं और chip cell. Or the zymogen cell, and these cells secrete the enzyme, inactive enzyme pepsinogen and the prorenin. And the third kind of cells is called the mucus cell, which secrete the mucus. And fourth kind of cell is called the argentophin cells. It will secrete the serotonin. Serotonin is what? It is a neurotransmitter. Okay, and now we want to know what is intrinsic factor. होता क्या है? Intrinsic factor एक किस्म का glycoprotein. It is kind of glycoprotein. And then what is glycoprotein? So when proteins are protein having sugar attached, then this kind of protein are called as the glycoproteins. So what is the role of intrinsic factor? इसका role क्या है intrinsic factor का? So here it plays an important role in absorption of vitamin B12. Scientific name of vitamin B12 is cobalamin. And intestine failure to produce or utilize intrinsic factor results in the pernicious anemia. Means the red blood cell will be red blood cell cannot be produced due to absence of vitamin B12. This kind of disease is called as the pernicious anemia. And serotonin, I told you, is secreted by argentophin cell of the stomach wall of the stomach. So these serotonin, it will regulate appetite and also the digestion. Serotonin regulate what? Serotonin will regulate the appetite and the digestion. Okay. अब इसके बाद में हम देखते हैं कि ये तो हुआ सेल के बारे में जो wall of the stomach has got the gastric glands, and gastric glands are made of these kind of cells, and these cells secrete the particular kind substances we have done. Okay, so now in the NEET exam, the question will come from here: the secretion of the oxyntic cell, peptic, mucus, and argentophin cells, and what is intrinsic factor. This is asked NEET exam में ये सवाल यहाँ से आते हैं. इसके बाद हम जाते हैं अब स्टेप्स ऑफ डाइजेशन इन स्टमक में, कैसे डाइजेशन होता है स्टमक. ओके, तो हम देखते हैं यहाँ कि स्टमक में फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो इनएक्टिव एंजाइम हमने दिखाया था वो एक्टिवेट होता है. एक्टिवेट कैसे होता है? हाउ द एंजाइम्स आर एक्टिवेटेड. सो पेप्सिनोजेन, this is an inactive enzyme. This is acted upon by hydrochloric acid and change into pepsin. Hydrochloric acid will convert करता है पेप्सिनोजेन को पेप्सिन में, और hydrochloric acid again convert the prorenin, inactive enzyme, into renin. So after these two enzyme become activated, पेप्सिन और रेनिन अब तैयार हो गया स्टमक में हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड की सहायता से. सो अब ये एंजाइम का क्या काम होता है? action of these enzymes. So number one, protein will dissolve in water and it will acted upon by the pepsin, and you see protein is converted into peptones and the proteases. Okay. Secondly, चिल्ड्रेन और इन्फेंट में होता है मिल्क प्रोटीन. केसीन वो लोग मिल्क प्रोटीन को डाइजेस्ट करना पड़ता है चिल्ड्रन को, जैसा कि हम जानते हैं. तो केसीन विल बी डाइजेस्टेड बाय रेनिन एंड चेंज इनटू द पैराकेसिन. अच्छा, सेकंड स्टेप है पैराकेसिन विल react with the calcium ion and it will convert it into the calcium paracasinate. Okay, then calcium paracasinate, now it will be acted upon by the pepsin, okay, and change into peptones and calcium again, right? So then infant में, चिल्ड्रन में क्या होता है कि मिल्क में जो फैट भी थोड़ा होता है, तो मिल्क पीते हैं तो that fat also dissolved in water and this is acted upon by the gastric lipase enzyme and it is converted into fatty acid and glycerol. But यहाँ पर मुख्य बात जो ध्यान देने वाली बात ये है कि ये फैट will digest it into fatty acid and glycerol. Fat ये और ये casein, these two are found only in the infant. That's why in the infant stomach में हमको ये दो एंजाइम मिलता है, रेनिन एंड गैस्ट्रिक लाइपेज. ठीक है, रेनिन विल डाइजेस्ट द मिल्क प्रोटीन इन द इन्फेंट स्टमक एंड सी गैस्ट्रिक लाइपेज विल डाइजेस्ट द फैट इन द इन्फेंट स्टमक. ये दोनों चीज को याद रखना है आपको. ओके, इन्फेंट के स्टमक में दो नया एंजाइम होता है जो एडल्ट में नहीं पाया जाता है. ये है रेनिन एंड गैस्ट्रिक लाइपेज. वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टूडेंट्स, प्लीज. ओके, देन आफ्टर दैट, okay, we'll go to this digestion in the duodenum. Of duodenum, after stomach we have the first part of small intestine. I've shown you, it is called as the duodenum, and duodenum is connected with the common bile duct, and the common bile duct bring the juice from the liver and pancreas. It bring the bile juice from liver and pancreatic juice from the pancreas. And the food material in the stomach is the acidic food, no, because in the stomach medium is acidic. तो ये जब food आता है duodenum में तो acidic होता है. और duodenum and whole intestine में digestion के लिए हमको चाहिए alkaline medium. The condition for digestion in the duodenum and small intestine is alkaline medium. Without alkaline medium, digestion will not take place. And in the stomach, we require the acidic medium. Without acidic medium, digestion of protein will not take place in the stomach. So, see, from the stomach, the substance will come in the duodenum is called the gastric chyme. And if the gastric chyme will come in the stomach, this is from the stomach, it will enter into the duodenum here. So here it is acted upon by the bile juice from liver, pancreatic juice from pancreas, I told you. And also the intestinal juice produced by the wall of the duodenum. Okay. Achha, now we want to know you. I want to tell you role of the bile juice. What is the role of bile juice? Okay, bile does not contain enzyme. We know that bile does not contain enzyme, but it secretes sodium bicarbonate, salt. And what is the main function of sodium carbonate? Sodium bicarbonate, it will neutralize the acid produced by the chyme. जो chyme है, acidic digestive food stomach से आता है duodenum में, that is called as the chyme, and this should be neutralized, means it will make alkaline. So how it will neutralize? The food coming from the partially digested food coming from the stomach contain hydrochloric acid. This will react with the sodium bicarbonate acid and this is a basic salt. So both of them react together to form the sodium chloride and carbonic acid. The carbonic acid is less acidic. Okay, this is a weak acid, we know that. So now, second part is fat of the food. Food contains the fat also. So, fat of the food is acted upon by the two kind of the bile salts. These two salts are the sodium sodium taurocholate, TAUROCHOLATE, sodium taurocolate, and sodium glycocolate, GLYCOCHOLATE. Okay. These two bile salts will convert the fat of the food into the fat, you can say, droplets. And this process is called as the emulsification. Conversion of the fat into droplet of fat is called as the emulsification. And what is the advantage of emulsification? Why the fat is emulsified in the duodenum? Because emulsified fat will provide a large surface area for the lipase enzyme from the pancreas to act. Okay. And second one, product of the fat digestion combined with the cholesterol of bile. Okay. Product of the digestion of fat will combine with the cholesterol of bile for easy passage through the membrane absorptive cells. So they can enter easily into the cell membrane. Okay. So now after that, I want to explain you how the pancreatic juice help in the digestion. So pancreatic juice is also brought by the common bile duct, as we have shown that. Pancreatic juice contain what? It contain the three kind of basic salts. Okay, and then contain also इसमें होता है 3 proenzyme and the 3 types of active enzymes are there. So first of all, the basic salt, just now we have done sodium bicarbonate, help to keep the pH of the food content alkaline. Just now we have done the reaction. Secondly, enterokinase enzyme of the pancreas will convert the trypsinogen into trypsin. Trypsinogen, this is an enzyme. Okay, trypsinogen is converted into trypsin and inactive peptides. Okay, trypsin will now digest the protein, peptones, and the proteases into the peptides. Okay. Then remaining protein will digested by the chymotrypsin of the pancreas into polypeptides. And similarly, polypeptides also will be digested by the carboxypeptidase into peptides and amino acids. Okay. Then there will be glycogen, starch, dextrin. All these are digested by the pancreatic amylase. So pancreatic amylase is called as the amylopsin also बोलते हैं. And they are digested into limit dextrin, maltose and isomaltose. And there is one more enzyme is there in the pancreas called as the elastase. It is converted, the elastin is converted into large peptides. Okay. Now next part we are coming, very important part. Always important in the exam, digestion of fat now. Okay. It's called as the digestion of the fat. So now we see digestion of fat. Fat is a triglyceride and it is digested by the enzyme lipase into 1,2-diglyceride and the fatty acids. Again it is digested by lipase into 2-monoglyceride and fatty acid. And then there will be isomerization, it will change into 1 monoglycerides and 1 monoglycerides will change into glycerol and fatty acids. Okay. So this part is very important in the exam. Student, please go through these reactions. Okay, in the exam. And then there are nucleases also. Nucleases means we eat the vegetables and all. The cell contain the nucleus and then the nucleases are there. Cell contain inside the nucleus, nucleus contain our nucleic acids. And see, nucleic acid is digested by nucleases, enzyme. Nucleases are two types, DNase and RNA. DNase will digest the DNA and RNase will digest the RNA. So nucleic acids are digested into nucleotides. Okay. Now after that, we'll go to digestion in the ileum part of small intestine. Very, very important. The wall of the small intestine will secrete the enzyme Succus entericus, we have written here. And the Succus entericus contains so many enzymes are there, erepsin, sucrase, maltase, lactase and lipase. So the erepsin will convert the peptones and peptides into amino acids. The sucrase will convert the sucrose into glucose and fructose. Similarly, maltose will convert, maltase will convert the maltose into glucose, here sucrase. And here lactase will convert the lactose into glucose and galactose. And see, lipase will convert the fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Okay. And then we have now all these have to be absorbed. Okay. So all the digested products have to be absorbed. You see, protein is digested into amino acids, carbohydrate into glucose, and fat into fatty acid and glycerol. So now we have the small intestine have got the villi. Intestinal mucosa has got the villi. Intestinal villi, they are supplied with the very fine capillaries and the lacteals. These lacteals and capillaries will absorb the digested food. So let's now go how it is absorbed. Okay, so absorption here, the digested product, they pass through the intestinal mucosa into blood and lymph. From intestinal mucosa, they will go where? Into blood and lymph. And it is brought about by intestinal villi. How they will enter into blood and lymph? By the intestinal villi. These are the finger-like structures. So I'll give you some diagram afterwards. I'll send you here in this. And all carbohydrates are absorbed as a monosaccharides or glucose, we can say that. And glucose and galactose are absorbed by active transport method. And the fructose and mannose are absorbed through the facilitated diffusion. They'll ask in the exam. Mode of transport of glucose and galactose by the active transport, and the fructose and mannose by facilitated diffusion. And amino acids are absorbed by the active transport. Remember that. Okay, then fatty acid and the glycerol are insoluble in water. Therefore, they cannot reach in the blood stream directly. They cannot go to the villi. Okay, so they are first incorporated into small spherical water-soluble droplets called as micelles. They will incorporate it where? Into micelles with the help of the bile salt. Bile salt will take them into micelles and with the help of the bile salt and the phospholipids, they fatty acids and glycerol, they have to be incorporated into micelles with the help of the bile salt and phospholipids into the intestinal lumen. And you see, from the micelle, fatty acid and glycerides, sterols and the fat-soluble vitamins are absorbed into the intestinal wall by diffusion. Very important. Okay. Fatty acids and glycerides, sterols and fat-soluble vitamins, they will come out from micelles and absorb into the intestinal wall by diffusion. Very, very important point. Remember this. And you see, from the intestinal wall, they are synthesized into the endoplasmic reticulum and converted into the chylomicrons. Very important. From the intestinal wall, all these are converted into what? Sterol, fat-soluble vitamin, fatty acid, glycerol, they are converted into, they will be synthesized by the endoplasmic reticulum into the chylomicrons, and these are released from intestinal cells into the lymph region. From there, they will release into the lymph in the lacteals of the villi. Now they will go to the intestinal villi, lacteals of intestinal villi, and water is absorbed by the osmosis. So dear student, we just stop here today. This is the last part of absorption, and next class I will explain you the role of hormones in digestion. Okay, role of hormones in digestion, and a histology of whole intestine. How many layers of tissues is divided? These two parts are very important, and we will also go some calorific value of the food. In one class we will complete that. Okay. So to get that, you see, please subscribe the channel so that you can get my next class also. Thank you very much, students.